misty, foggy as it often is, near Tofino. And so we're like, he said, what are you gonna do? I said, we're just gonna shoot, whatever. It doesn't matter if it's raining, I don't care. It's just, this is what this place is gonna give us, and we're just gonna use it. Which is kind of the approach, and Marcel Ziskin is really great. He's that way too. He's like, we'll take what we get and we'll make it work somehow. And I said, I agree, let's do it. And it was kind of misty a little bit, and then all of a sudden, just like, not long before, it's like, how much time we had before the sun was really down and gone, it gets dark. We have this much time, we have this much time. We had 10 minutes that we could shoot. And just at the last possible moment, it really kind of opened up and got like that, and we just went for it. And so we were lucky. You gotta be lucky too. You can prepare, you can work hard, but you have to be lucky. Sometimes things happen for the actors or the cinematographer, it's just, you don't know. It's a mystery. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe because it's just so stripped down, and like in any genre, most Westerns are terrible, and they're not good movies. But if you're preparing for a Western, to shoot one, then you look at them, and there's things, we looked at, I think I shared them with Vicky, with other people, certain Westerns, even if they're bad, there's details that are good. And
were there any non-bad ones that you
responded
to?
Oh yeah. Many. But just there's details like the way people ride, or say, Ann Dixon was looking at them for the costumes, and Carol Spear for the, what the houses look like, what things look like. We wanted to get it right. We worked really hard at that. But people were from all over the place. Vivienne, where she's from, Olga, and just different people. It was much more of a, you see that in some Westerns, much more of a melting pot. But it was also that time, not that things have changed enough, but at that time, for little girls, for women, at that time it was, I don't know, it seemed right in that period to show something where, whether it's little girls, whether it's Claudio's daughter, or whether it's little Vivienne, one way or another they're adapting to what men want to do, and what men need, and sometimes what men insist on. They're adapting rather than being allowed to be the one adapted to, right? All the women you're looking at, it's just even the way they're spoken about in the bank scene, it's, oh, you mean Kendall's fat ass widow, she doesn't know, well, we'll get around her, it's like everything, it was just it could be set now, I started writing the story about this little girl, I had this image, I wasn't intending to write a Western, but it just sort of fell into place that way. So illustrated books, some of them with knights in them, medieval things, adventure stories, some little girls kind of books from I guess they would have been from the 20s and the 30s. And I have a lot of those books still. And she told me she used to read these. And just looking at the books and knowing my mom, how her imagination was, and how sort of, she was kind of bold. She moved far away from home and got married, unlike her sister and her brother. In her way, she was kind of intrepid, and I just imagined her, after she passed away, I imagined her as a little girl in those forests, and that slope and those maples looks exactly like where she used to play, on the other side of the St. Lawrence River, but same kind of look. And then, I don't know if she went out there and thought she saw a knight for real, she might have, but I just didn't. I just started there, and I thought, okay, who is this? I know it's her. When is this? Okay, what happens to this woman? And then for whatever reason, I decided to kind of be writing a book or something. And I started, let's go to the end, and then work our way back and see where it goes.
I think I am maybe myself also in this way complex, or never one. I never know who I am as a woman, like if the feminine side and the sensitive side and the very tender, I have that, I'm very much that, but I'm also something completely different. And so that is also in my characters, I think, and then I'm terribly stubborn. I
love it.
I can be a pain in the neck, but so I think in this character, what even now seeing it, what is beautiful is that, you know, between man and woman, it's always the dialogue. It's a journey from the one to the other and back to the other, and so much information gets lost between the one and the other, and so much information doesn't even make it through ever. And it's this, you know, circle of life we have and we do since so long. And the same is with a director and an actress, and it's moving. It's never a thing, and you never know really what it is. And I think that's what was beautiful in this character, working on this character with Viggo, that it was always moving, and that I see it now when I watch it, that she's so little, and she's so cute, and she really means well, and she really wants to wait for him, and it's so, you could say that's weak, but it's not weak, it's just showing your emotions. And at the same time, she is not afraid to say what she wants. And all of this makes her this human being. It's so touching, and yeah, that really grew out of our dialogue.
Thank you. It's going to be good.
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you.